Journal?
Yes, how are you, miss? You all right?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So, what's your name? How you spell your name?
My
Gunjan?
name is Gunjan. Everyone calls me G.
Okay, I'll call you G. How are you today?
I'm doing well, and I was going to ask you the same thing. How do you pronounce your first and last name?
Okay, so it's Kais MAALEJ. Kais like rice. You know the rice?
Okay, okay. That's a really nice name. What kind of a name is it?
It's from Tunisia. I'm originally from Tunisia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I see you have a 347 number now. So does that mean you're in New York?
Yeah, I'm in New York. I've been in New York for almost 18 years now.
Oh, where in New York?
In Queens.
Okay, I was born in Elmhurst, Queens, and then
Okay.
I grew up on Long Island.
You're not far from where I live, actually.
Oh, I mean that's a cool area.
Absolutely, yes.
Nice. Well, Kais, I'm really excited to chat. I saw obviously some of your tweets on Bed Bath and Beyond, and I'm just trying to get a better sense of how investors are kind of positioning there and better understand why they're still bullish on this company that's in bankruptcy right now.
First of all, let me tell you something. It's an honor for me, and I am flattered to be interviewed by you. I went to your LinkedIn account and I searched your name. You did the you've been part of Let's Eat the Rich,
Yes.
and you also interviewed what's his name, Keith Gill.
Yep.
So I'm in good hands, I think.
Oh, that's so kind. And I see you've done your research, so good for you.
And I see almost 7 years in Wall Street Journal, contributor for CNBC for 2 years. You are great.
Oh, thank you. That's really kind. I mean, one of my favorite parts of my job is talking to investors like you and hearing about how you're positioning in the market. So I'm really excited to hear more.
So Bed Bath and Beyond. I think as an investor, I think Bed Bath and Beyond right now at this moment trading at 20 cents a share.
Yep.
It's the best investment for any retail investor and even hedge funds if they know what's going on behind the scene.
Okay.
And you want to ask questions or you want me to talk?
Yeah. So why do you think that?
Okay, so basically the stock is heavily shorted for almost starting, I mean, almost like at the beginning of 2017, 2019, the stock was heavily shorted right now. And I have a suspicion that the stock is naked short by some hedge funds, that they didn't respect the rules of Wall Street.
Yeah.
And at this moment, it's you're very familiar with what happened with GameStop, and at
Yep.
this moment, it's another eat the rich. I would call it like a 2.0. And it's happening. It's a matter of time. It's happening, and I think I'm a very big believer in Ryan Cohen, the founder of Chewy and the chairman of GameStop, and I believe something is coming out from that genius guy very, very, very soon.
I didn't know he was going to be involved in Bed Bath and Beyond.
Well, if you look at the court filings, I mean, he was one of the up to now in the chapter 11. He is one of the interested parties. So it's not something I'm bringing up. It's in the court documents.
Got it. And did you trade GameStop or AMC a few years ago?
I did not. I joined and I was very involved in Bed Bath and Beyond when Mark Tritton, the ex-CEO, I would say he was fired. I mean, the media, they've been saying he resigned, but for the CEO to resign, only if you give him two options, either you're gonna resign or you're going to jail. And
Yeah.
the guy took the good decision is to resign. Since then, you don't see him. And I have a, I mean, it's in there. I have a doubt that he's in the in what's I mean, I've seen him in one of the boards of I forgot the company, but the guy is a failure, and he shouldn't be at the board of any companies.
Um, how did you get into trading?
So when I saw him resigning, as they said, and that day the stock was trading at $10, went down to 5. Then it opened my eyes. I said, let me check what's going on. So I got very involved, and I was reading a lot about the company. I traveled a lot as well to see things that the media didn't say. I drove miles. I drove 3 hours and a half to like like the address is 71 Moore Road, Frackville, Pennsylvania. So from New York City is like 3 hours and a half drive, just to go and check on a fulfillment center that was it is run by Ryder, the company Ryder, but it's owned by Bed Bath and Beyond. And they have one for the East Coast, that one. The other one is on the West Coast, and the fulfillment center is huge, 1,014,000 square foot. And when I went there, I was welcomed by the security with shouting, asking me to leave the property right now, otherwise they're gonna call the cops.
Oh my God.
and I am. You can call me a conspiracy theorist, but I see things when politicians or when corporate guys they talk. I don't take what they are saying for granted, but what I do is I analyze and I try to read between the lines. So you asked me earlier what makes you feel that Ryan Cohen is still in the game. I mean, the guy was in the game back in March 2022. And
Which guy? Sorry.
I'm talking about Ryan Cohen.
Oh yeah.
And then he sold his position, and then the standstill agreement stayed in place until I think recently the standstill agreement is not in place, and that's why you see him tweeting a bit more than before. And once again, I have a very, very strong feeling that he's going to be the acquirer of Bed Bath and Beyond.
Why you went to Pennsylvania? I didn't quite understand that.
Okay, they have a fulfillment center.
Okay.
And the address is 71 Frackville, Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
And it's operated by Ryder. You know the company Ryder for the trucks. They do supply chain, and they do like distribution. They even do distribution for Amazon, if you are aware. So,
okay.
So that fulfillment center was not acquired. It's rented. It's leased by Bed Bath and Beyond, and run by Ryder for Bed Bath and Beyond.
Okay, but why did you need to go there and check it out?
Because I read something about it in the media, so I wanted to see how big is a company that the media are saying is going bankrupt.
Okay.
And whenever the media are saying the company is going out of business, I said, let me check it with my private investigation. So
yeah.
And I, as I told you, I don't take everything for granted. I search myself, and I make the analysis myself.
You just wanted to see that it was there.
Absolutely, and I wanted to see if it's really belonging to Bed Bath and Beyond, and if it's operating. So I went there. There were some people in the parking lot that they work there. I asked them, does that belong to Bed Bath and Beyond? They said yes. And then one of the security, they came and they kicked me out.
Oh my God. Do you have any pictures from your trip?
I have a video actually.
Can you text me?
I'll text you the link. I will send you the link.
Yeah. That's so interesting. And so is Bed Bath and Beyond the first stock you've ever invested in?
I started investing since I was back home in Tunisia, since I was at the college. I have a bachelor degree in economics, specialized in banking management. So I was my father was a manager in a bank. I mean, he used to be a manager of a branch in a bank. So I was raised in a bank. I know a lot about economy. The food I was eating is from banks, so I know how things are working. And I used to trade back in Tunisia, and I did trade here in the U.S. when I came in.
And what do you do besides trading? What's your full-time job?
Right now, I'm doing Uber. I drive Uber, so all the money that comes from my work goes to Bed Bath & Beyond, because I'm still very big believer that the short squeeze is going to happen. And actually, Bed Bath & Beyond is going to come out of that Chapter 11 very strong. And the hedge funds that they've been shorting the company, actually, it's their turn to file for Chapter 7.
Yeah. That's so cool. You drive for Uber. Is that time consuming? How many hours a week do you work?
As an Uber driver, you're not allowed to do more than 10 hours a week, 10 hours a day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's by law, by TLC law.
And then how much time do you spend researching and doing stuff tied to Bed Bath & Beyond?
Whenever I have time, otherwise I'll be listening to YouTube all day long to what's going on, and I am investigating and reading about the company.
Who do you follow on YouTube that's talking about it?
Nobody. I started the whole thing for Bed Bath. I mean, you went and I interviewed Keith Gill.
Yeah.
And he was the one who started the whole YouTube, I call it revolution for GameStop. As far as the revolution that you are seeing right now for Bed Bath & Beyond, I was the first one to start it.
Really?
100%. Back then, a year and something, you go on YouTube, you don't find videos about Bed Bath & Beyond. So
you post the videos on YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube and also on Twitter.
Oh, wow. I'll look them up. And is it in YouTube? I just search your name?
Yeah, you can search my name. Right now, I put them on private. But most of my videos, I put them on private for some reason. I got a request to put them on private.
Oh, you have to tell me more. Why did you have to put them on private?
I got a request that I cannot. For now, I cannot say anything about it. I don't want to have issues.
Okay. Is it like something with the law, or? Actually,
there's nothing against the law to put videos as long as you have the law. I mean, the legal disclaimer. So on top of my YouTube, I have the legal disclaimer.
Yeah, it says no investment advice. And wow, you have 17,000 followers.
Yeah. So I have a lot of followers, and I mean, once I put also my tweets on Twitter, you can once I put something on Twitter, you can a few hours later I go on Reddit subreddit for Bed Bath & Beyond, and I see some of the stuff that I put over there. It's already spreading. So. But also I don't trust the subreddit because I was, as I told you, I was one of the first supporters for the company, and they banned me from posting over there. So this is it raises my eyebrows and say what's going on. The other thing, probably you're in the media, so you know Jim Cramer, and you know Brian Susie from Yahoo Finance.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I am at a certain time I was banned. I mean, I was blocked from by Jim Cramer and also Brian Susie, and then Jim, he took off the block, but until today I'm still blocked by Brian Susie, Yahoo Finance.
Why?
He doesn't like what I he doesn't like what I was saying, and it looks like it's against what he's paid for.
Okay.
That's it.
So the subreddit banned you from posting?
They don't let me like if you go if you want to post something on the subreddit for Bed Bath and Beyond or any other page, your post goes online right away. But they did some kind of restriction, and they sent me a message saying whatever you post, it has to be approved by the moderators. So, and I tried many times to post things, and it's failed.
Which subreddit are you trying to post on?
Bed Bath and Beyond, BBBY.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. And so how much money do you have invested in the stock right now?
That's what Keith had an issue when he uncovered his position or how much he invested.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get. I mean, my wife is a lawyer, so I don't want to get into that same issue that my previous precedent. How you call it? Like examples. They fell. I mean, they fell in breaking the law.
Yeah.
So I want to respect the law, and I am an investor in Bed Bath and Beyond, and I will keep my position for me, between me and my broker.
Is it in the thousands or tens of thousands? Can you just give me an idea?
You said it last.
Sorry? Tens of thousands?
Yes.
Okay.
And I even transferred more funds to buy some tomorrow. So
how much has the position fallen this year?
It went last week. It went to 4 cents.
Yeah.
But it's going up. If today I think it did not. It's like minus 3%. Most likely in 1 hour from now at the closing market, it's gonna go maybe the same price as yesterday. Maybe it's gonna be green again. But I mean, you can for the 4 or 5 days, last days, it's been going up. Yesterday it went up 51%. And once again, I mean, it's a clock ticking for those short positions that it's impossible to cover them based on the float of the company. Basically, I mean, I've read that the float, I mean the volume sold is 781 million shares when the float is only 460 million shares. So how can you cover 781 million shares with only 460 million? It's impossible to cover. Once the good news is gonna come out, which is very soon, I have a feeling, then those hedge funds, they're gonna be rushing and running to cover their positions, but they cannot. It's impossible to do it as long as investors, they don't sell.
Yeah.
So if investors don't sell, the price will go to the infinite. And as I mean, I don't know if you follow what Ryan Cohen said. He had an interview with a guy. His name is Joe Fiorelli.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said the following. He said it's a strange in corporate America how trading stocks, if you go long, you have to report your position, but if you are short, you don't have to report it.
Okay.
And at the end he said, and ultimately this is gonna change.
Okay.
So how did he know it's gonna change unless there is a plan for changing that? And as you know, probably, I mean, I told you I'm an Uber driver. I picked up earlier some people from Bloomberg, and I drove them to LaGuardia. And I said, since you are in the field, I have a question for you. And they said, what is it? I said, on Nasdaq, you can, if the stock goes up like excessively high, they can halt trading. Does it? Does that rule apply in OTC? And he said if it's for covering shorts and on the OTC, it's not going to halt.
Yeah.
So the stock is right now is OTC. I see there is a reason why it's on the OTC, and it was a trap. Basically, it was a trap for short sellers, and they're gonna pay huge price. They're gonna pay big price for that. And whoever is holding and holding strong and believed in the plan and believed in the company that it might be saved, and they're gonna be rewarded. And let me mention something. Back in the 1990s, Apple AAPL was 90 days only far from filing for bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Steve Jobs came back to the company, and Apple today, it's one of the biggest companies in the world.
Yeah.
And Bed Bath and Beyond, it's gonna be there, but it's not gonna be Bed Bath and Beyond that we all know. It's gonna be called Teddy Holdings LLC.
What will it be called?
See, you're learning something from me today, huh?
Yeah, I'm learning a lot.
Okay, it's gonna be called Teddy Holdings LLC. TEDDY Holdings LLC.
Okay.
I have a feeling this is the company that is gonna be acquired. Listen to that. I didn't see this is the company that is gonna acquire Bed Bath and Beyond. I said this is the company that is gonna be acquired by Bed Bath and Beyond. Why it's gonna be acquired by the Bed Bath and Beyond? This company, Teddy Holdings LLC, it's incorporated in Delaware already. All right.
Okay.
Incorporated by whom? By Ryan Cohen. So to get that, and most likely you have big guys also involved in that company, such as Larry Chang, such as Carl Icahn. And to get that company into the public market, you have four options, four ways to do it. Either through an IPO, which is very hard these days and it costs a lot of money and effort, or through a SPAC or a Spark, which is done by Betsy Cohen during the pandemic a lot by the fintech companies.
Okay.
And right now it's not succeeding as a technique. And the example you have, Bill Ackman failed in doing it. And the other and last way to do it is through a reverse merger. Through a reverse merger, you can have that private company go public in 30 days. And the outcome is 100% sure.
Okay.
But the only thing that happens then is when a reverse merger happens, you have the ticker will have to trade OTC on the counter.
Okay.
So you have already BBBYQ trading OTC already.
Yeah.
So next step, what I see is going to be the announcement for the reverse merger, and it's going to be, as a CEO, it's going to be Ryan Cohen, not Sue Gove. And once that announcement is coming out public, you're gonna that's the ignition of the short squeeze. Once the short squeeze happens, that's a way economically, that's a way to raise capital for the company. So you're gonna have investor running to buy the stock will go up, and you do ATMs at that moment, and then you're gonna raise billions of dollars. Once they've done that, then the next step, what I see it, and this is good for GME shareholders, they can go and run and buy as well, either Bed Bath & Beyond or GME stocks, because later on, after the reverse merger, this one that I just told you, there will be a merger of equals between between Teddy Holdings LLC and GME.
Okay.
And that's it's gonna be Teddy. Say it again.
Where did you learn about all this?
I told you I have a bachelor degree in economics.
No. Not where did you learn econ, but like where did you learn about the Ryan Cohen stuff and all these other theories?
Well, Ryan said something. He said, "I'm surprised how people spend tons of money." Paying thousands of dollars on colleges when they can learn everything online. And online, what he meant, and he said, when you can learn, but before he said learn, he said when you can get everything online. And what he meant by that is the e-commerce. And that's the company. He's good in e-commerce. He showed success in e-commerce with Chewy. And it's a good time right now to short Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon is in trouble.
But you don't trade or hold anything else besides Bed Bath & Beyond, right?
No, nothing other Bed Bath & Beyond. I love the company. What's his name? Keith Gill, he said, I like the stock. For me, I love the company.
And you said tens of thousands, but that amount must have gone down a lot while the stock is filed for bankruptcy, right?
Once you see the price going up, which I think I told you, as long as shareholders, retail investors, they don't sell, that price will go up very high. And I have a target price, which is $142 a share. Because people are expecting dollars. Dollars will not bankrupt hedge funds that they've been shorting the company from $80 a share up to right now 20 cents. And as I told you, it's impossible to cover a short naked stock. So the stock will keep going up and up and up, and I see a price over the hundreds. So whoever is holding, they're gonna make a lot of money.
No, but I'm just trying to get a sense of how, and I totally understand if you don't want to share the exact amount, but you mentioned the position is in the tens of thousands, but the stock has fallen a lot this year. So I'm wondering if it used to be in the tens of thousands or if it's in the tens of thousands right now.
It was at the tens of thousands, and I've been buying more tens of thousands so I can average my cost price down. And,
okay.
And tomorrow I'm gonna buy a couple tens of thousands to average even further down. And I've been telling people, like on my Twitter account, I've been advising them to buy stocks, because the more you have people buying at this moment, and every time the stock goes up, so basically you are soaking the float in the market. So if you buy, let's say you buy at 20 cents today, will you sell tomorrow for 19 cents or 18 cents or 22 cents? You're gonna try to keep it for a longer time. So whoever retail investors, they don't believe in the company and they selling, I am trying to find people buying at that price. So basically, if you push people to to invest now, or you advise people to invest now, then you're going to be soaking the float. So those hedge funds, they won't find something to cover with.
And where are you getting tens of thousands of dollars to invest right now?
Where are you getting?
Yeah, like it's a lot of money, right? To invest thousands of dollars into a stock. Where is that coming from?
Right now, it's not expensive. They're 20 cents. Like if you put $2,000, it's gonna get you 10,000 shares, right?
Okay. Oh, so you're saying you have tens of thousands of shares?
Correct.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so kind of. So like, you have like a few $1,000s worth of the shares?
Right now, yeah. If you go and see the I don't even try to look at the account value, because you lose only if you sell. As long as you didn't sell and you wait for the rebound, then all your money is still there. You got my point, or should I explain it?
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk to my editor about a potential article. I think this is really interesting. But I'd love to stay in touch with you on Bed Bath and Beyond, and if I do a story, potentially work your comments into the article.
Sure.
And so you go by
Kais
MAALEJ.
Yep.
And you're based in Queens. And how old are you?
I am 49 years old.
Do you have a birthday coming up?
February 24th.
Oh, okay, got it. I keep an email list of investors to stay in touch with, and I'd love to add you to it if you'd be comfortable with that.
Sure. It's first and last name @hotmail.com.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I will be doing some reporting on this the next few days, so please text me or Twitter message me if you think of anything else, because you're clearly the Bed Bath & Beyond expert here.
Thank you so much. Okay, I will.
Thank you, Kais.
Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, guys, you heard it. That was a reporter. Her name is Gunjan Banerji. She has a 7 years. She has a 7 years in Wall Street Journal. She's the lead writer. She's the contributor for CNBC for 2 years. She's the one who interviewed Keith Gill from GameStop. She's the one who did the Eat the Rich, which was a collaboration between Netflix and Wall Street Journal, the program that you saw on Netflix. And just buy and hold. Bed Bath & Beyond is not going anywhere. Staying there. A lot of hedge funds, they are in trouble. Cheers, guys.